Hi everyone, I'm Hui Pei from Pocket Yarnlings, and thank you for joining me on this Halloween mystery make along, which is different from my previous crochet alongs. And then so in this video I am going to do the full reveal of the entire set that you've been making throughout. If you've been following us, then you should have all the parts together already. So this is a bit of a sneak of how it looks like, and then I'll be showing top down how all the individual pieces come together, as well as I will also show you the storybook that comes along with the entire set. So let's get started. So here's a overview of the entire set. As you can see, there are 5 components, which are the 5 parts of the mystery make along that you have made. And then don't forget to stick around until the end to see how it looks like when it glows in the dark. And don't forget to hit subscribe and like this video if you enjoy the entire mystery crochet along mystery make along. Okay, so this is how the final set looks like. So these are all the different parts of the make along that we have completed. So let me just go through each piece. So we started off with Glay the Ghost, and this is actually making use of some glow in the dark yarn, and I'll show you how that looks like a little later on. It's actually made using this glow in the dark yarn, and I actually have you can go and check out the full tutorial, as well as a review of how that glow in the dark yarn worked out. And I also actually use glow in the dark yarn for the purple as well as the orange yarn. So this is the little pumpkin lantern that comes along with him. And then the other parts of the set, as you will see, they're all part of a story later on. These are the 3 pieces that involve the white, the purple, as well as the orange yarn. And this is the garland that we made towards the end, with alternating. You can see this is the skull applique as well as the spider ones, but the spider ones this time, these are made in purple. So actually this is also glow in the dark, which I will show you later as well. And then the other 2 characters inside our story, which I'll talk about later on, is this little owl as well as this cat. So these 2 actually are not glow in the dark yarns. I just use regular sport weight yarn for these 2 characters. And then this is the first set. So I've made a second set in a different color, which I will show you after this. Okay, so this is how the full set looks like. And then later on I will be remember to stick around until the end, because I will be revealing the book, which has basically where all these characters come together. So the second set that I made in a different set of yarn, but this time it's not glow in the dark yarn, it's just regular sport weight yarn, is actually looks like this. I use sheep's cantona and I changed the color scheme slightly. So I've actually used, instead of purple, I've used black for the spiders. So this is how it looked like when it comes in black. I guess it doesn't really make sense to use glow in the dark yarn in black, so which is why I changed it to purple. And then this is slightly different color variations for the owl, slightly darker set, as well as the cat. So this is how the second set looks like. So yes, so now now that you've seen, you can see that there's a bit of color, there's a bit of size difference between the glow in the dark yarn as well as the sport weight yarn. So it's slightly larger. Similarly for the pumpkin, it's quite a bit larger. And for the garland, it's also larger than the sport weight yarn. Okay, so this is how the full set looks like, including the 2 different color variations for the owl as well as the cat. So okay, so now let us talk about the story that brings all these different pieces together. Okay, so this is the story that comes along with the whole set. I actually printed 3 copies because I intend to give the whole set to my nephews. So this is actually how it looks like originally when you just print it on regular A4 size paper. There's a little bit of a border all around. So you can see for each page, I feel that after you cut them out, it actually looks nicer, which is why I did it for the other 2 sets. Okay, so let's read the story. So, and then I will bring out the character as we talk about each part of the story. So now, the title of the book is called The Lantern Weaver's Path. It's a story for the Hungry Ghost Festival, which is going on in September for us now actually. So I'll just show you the back page. On the night the spirits wander, even the smallest guide can lead the way home, inspired by the Hungry Ghost Festival. So, okay, so let's start. So this is actually inspired by, it's quite different from Halloween, but then I decided to change up the story based on a Hungry Ghost Festival with a bit of Halloween character element. So once a year during the Hungry Ghost Festival, lost souls wander the earth searching for their way home. So this little guy is called Gui, which is actually ghost in Chinese, in Mandarin. Little Gui needed a lantern to help him find his way home, but the pumpkin lantern he found had lost its glow. So this is the pumpkin lantern, right? So of course you can make him happy or sad. So this is the first 2 characters. So basically he has to find his way home. Okay, let's continue. So from a quiet corner, the wise cat watched Gui and the pumpkin. They were lost and he knew just where they needed to go. So this is the little cat that was watching both of them. So the cat was thinking, the guardian owl will know what to do, thought the wise cat. So he decided to lead them through the misty forest. The cat led little Gui and the silent pumpkin towards a distant tree where the guardian owl watched and waited. So this is actually the guardian owl. Yes. Where the guardian owl watched and waited. So let's continue the story. Watch the lantern weaver, the owl hooted. It knows the way. So a tiny spider began to gather its spider friends, and together they started to weave. The lantern weaver and its spider friends wove a shimmery garland. So this is the garland, right? One by one, the lost souls followed the glowing path, returning safely to the spirit home. Because that's what Hungry Ghost Festival is all about. During the Hungry Ghost month, they will leave the spirit world and enter our world, and then by the end of it they have to find their way home. And then the lantern light flickered. So actually this is using glow in the dark yarn, so you can see it glowing in the dark. Then bloomed warm and bright once more. So little Gui beamed. The way home was clear with the help of all his friends, right? So his lantern aglow, Gui followed the path home together with his lantern guide. With the help of the owl, the cat, and the spider, little Gui finally found his way home. And that is the end. So through the help of his 2 friends, he managed to find his way home, back to the spirit world. The end. It's a very simple story actually. It's just a children's story. So the characters are basically more Halloween characters, but they're inspired by the whole story is inspired by the Hungry Ghost Festival. So that is it. So I hope you enjoyed the entire mystery make along. I actually had a lot of fun coming up with the set, and I also had a lot of fun experimenting with the glow in the dark yarn, which as you can see later part of this video, that is pretty fun for the kids to play with it as well. So there's specifically the orange and the purple parts yarn does not glow in the dark as well as the white one, which you can see. And also I actually made an entire review about the yarn because the glow for this is really not that fantastic, but I mean it was still fun just to test it out. So I hope you have enjoyed it, and remember to go and print out the book, because if you get the Halloween mystery make along bundle, there will be a PDF version of this which you can print out. You can print out in this format, or you can print it, or you can use it as an ebook with pages 1 all the way until the end in the correct order. In this case, you need to print in certain order so that you can get the booklet like this. So the instructions will be inside the bundle if you go ahead and grab it. So thank you for joining me on this make along, and if you want to find out more about the bundle, go to the link in the description to find out more. And thank you so much for joining me on this journey, and I'll see you in the next one. So this is how the pieces look like when they glow in the dark. So I didn't show the other parts because these are the only ones that made use of the glow in the dark yarn. As you can see, the orange and purple are not very obvious that they glow in the dark, but the white is pretty obvious. If you had fun watching and joining in the make along, remember to comment down below so that I know that you enjoyed it. If you follow us along with the make along, thank you for joining in. If you still want to find out more details about how to grab the mystery bundle or the whole Halloween bundle, remember to go to the link in the description below to go and check it out. So thank you once again for joining me, and I can't wait to do another round of this with you with my next set.